Hey, everybody. Hope y'all are having a great night. This is Kim Danke, your fast track instructor. Hey, everybody. I am still here at the beach, but I've decided to turn my camera this way so that maybe I don't get any weird spammy things on Facebook. So, what I'd like for y'all to do, if you are on Facebook, please click the share button in the bottom left-hand corner and send this out. Somebody who needs this will find it. If you are on Facebook and you continue to listen in, please know that you've gotten your hands on the best lifestyle in the world, the Shibboleth lifestyle. If you would like to join us, you go to shibbolethdeals.com. It is $99 for 1 year. That's $1.90 a week to change your life. It's 27 cents a day to change your life. So please make sure that you go to shibbolethdeals.com and get your membership. If a person told you about Shibboleth, please write in their actual name so that we can thank them, okay? We don't have a marketing department or advertising department. We like to thank our members who share for us this grassroots ministry trying to get the word out to people about health. If you are on Facebook, also please say hello and let me know. I'm looking down because I got Facebook laying in my lap. Please say how much weight you've lost. We'd love to know that. If you are in the Zoom room, thank you so much for joining us. And please say where you're from and how long you've been hanging out with Shibboleth, like Tamar just did. Perfect day and down 2 pounds. Day 3, down 2 pounds. Awesome, Tamar. That is fabulous. You are doing great. I love it. Thank you. So just say hello, and y'all don't forget, you're going to become pros at using Zoom. Please set your chat to all panelists and attendees. Hey, Helen from Woodstock. Hey there. Glad you're here. Awesome. Thank you to everybody who is on Facebook as well. Luke, hey, Luke, Valdosta, Georgia, just taking it all in. Well, so those of you that are just now getting started, there's only 5 things you need to do every day. Get your water in, write down what you're eating in a way that controls insulin. Y'all, this is not hard if you keep it real simple in the beginning. Portion control and timing. Let's have up to 3 meals a day. And if you have a moment where you feel like you're going to give in, use an extra or a snack or a freebie. If you go over 3 meals a day or have more than one extra or more than one snack, then it would no longer be a perfect day. Okay. But those 4 first things I talked about is what you want to focus on for a perfect day. Water, journal, eating in a way that controls insulin, and portions. Okay. And then we don't want to go over that last one. Hey, Cindy, glad you're here. Cindy, do me a favor and look where your chat button is and then click where it says all panelists and attendees. And then when you type in anything, everybody will be able to see it. And hello from Lawrenceville. Glad that you are here. Hey, Cheryl Bannister I'm actually at the beach with Cheryl Bannister and she's watching on Facebook right now. That is dedication right there. Cheryl's lost 50 pounds in 5 months. That's the same thing I did. And she's from Ackworth, Georgia, but currently in Fort Morgan, Alabama with me. So we're going to have some fun tonight. And what we're doing throughout these nights of Shibboleth, the Sunday night webinar is really your lifestyle overview, okay? The Monday night webinar is a simple food combining webinar, so you'll understand what we're doing. When you work your way through lap 1 and lap 2, that's kind of like a little bit of housekeeping things to get your account all set up and everything so it'll do its best for you. Lap 3 through 7 is really all about using the features of the website and learning them. We're all about shortening your learning curve, okay, so that you don't have to wonder what these features are for. Just go with us and let us show you what they're for. Hey, Patty Bass, I'm so glad that you are on here with me. Patty is such a big help to me, and I thank you, Patty. You're awesome. Okay, I don't know why my phone is dinging like crazy over there. Do y'all hear that? Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to go to the Shibboleth website, the most awesome weight loss and wellness website on the planet. I'm not joking you. And those of you who know what I'm talking about, if you're on Facebook, please give me some hearts and agree with me. Right now, I'm going to go to dashboard. Now, keep in mind that when you are brand new and you open up your website, it should go straight to Fast Track. If for some reason it's not, that's when you click on dashboard and then Fast Track, okay? Hey, Stephanie Odom, and Cindy is saying, hey, Cheryl says, shared on Way to Go and my personal Facebook page. See you soon. I think they might have just walked by the window. I don't know. But awesome. Thank you, Cheryl. We're going to go to lap 4 today. Lap 4. Now, what I want you to remember is that lap 4, the video that you see right here, is the shortened tutorial version. See, it's just 10 minutes long, and I just kind of quickly go over that. But what I do in tonight's webinar is just give us an opportunity to spend time together learning this website, and you can ask questions, but this is just me talking about it rather than just asking questions. So I'm going to hover my mouse over this task, and a black box is going to pop up, and it says, search the recipe library for your favorites. This is a database built by our Shibboleth family, our members, you guys. As you are exploring, please heart each recipe you think you might like to try. Hearting the recipe adds it to your personal favorites, which can be found in your My Journal tab or on the My Favorites tab in the recipe library. So we're going to do a little bit of exploring. Please know that this task is available to silver level. Actually, I think we're going to be calling this journey now, the Shibboleth journey level and up. This is available to you. And so we're going to click here. It's going to take you directly to the recipe library. Now, I know for me, I kept it super simple in the beginning. I didn't need a recipe to cook some chicken breast with some MCT in a pan and put some seasoning on it. I didn't need a recipe for that. I didn't need a recipe to steam some broccoli. I didn't need a recipe to cook some green beans. Okay, that is actually your simplest meals. Just cook a piece of meat in the right oil, doctor it up with the right seasonings, and cook you a fibrous carb vegetable. If you like vegetables, if you don't, we got to find you something else to like. That's a category 2, okay? But we've got to teach you to do simple. The recipes, this is just one of the great variations of what Shibboleth has. We have variety. We have variety in, if you like to lean heavily on meal replacements and things like that, we're talking about those tomorrow night. But if you like to cook, you can be a foodie chef on Shibboleth, I promise you. And this is what we're going to explore tonight. Every time you come into the recipe library, you're going to see these 8 circles, and they change every single time you come in here. So if you think you might like one, do you see how it says crock pot buffalo chicken on that one? And this one says orange chicken. This one says taco salad 2. And then this one says tangy chicken and mustard barbecue chicken, Cajun spice, roasted sausage and butternut squash, and a vegetable. Oh, it's a ratatouille. Okay, so if you think you might like to try one of those, I would write down the name, because once you click here, it's a dynamic page. What that means is when you come back, it changes and shows you new things. So you might want to say, ooh, I want to try this roasted sausage and butternut squash. You can click there. But if you see, what I'm saying is, if you see multiple ones that you like, write the name down, because it won't look the same when you get back over here, okay? So let's just click right here on taco salad 2. Taco salad 2. This is in the category of main dish, soups and salads. And if you'll notice right over here on the right, we have types. Anytime you open up a cookbook, that cookbook is typically divided by sections or types of foods. Are we looking at appetizers, breakfasts, lunches? Are we looking at side dishes, desserts? And so ours is no different. The recipe library is really like having your own cookbook on how to cook in a way that controls insulin. All right. This, we've even got a type called, or a section called Walmart. 99% of ingredients, found at Walmart. That's pretty cool, okay? So this is taco salad 2. This number right here, this -2, means that this particular recipe is a -2 on the weight loss meter, all right? And we're going to scroll down, we're going to look at this. It's calling for 1 pound of 96% lean ground beef, 1.5 cups of chopped romaine lettuce, 1 packet of taco seasoning mix, 2 teaspoons of lime juice, 1 tablespoon of fat-free sour cream, 1/3 of a cup of fat-free shredded cheese, and 1/3 of a cup of diced tomatoes. And they're calling that a category 3. If you watched the Monday night webinar, then you saw that if you use a 1/4 cup or more of tomatoes, you need to call that a category 3 energy carb so that you make sure that you combine it with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. Well, I'm going to kind of skip looking at the directions because I don't think that's important for this particular webinar, but I do want to look at these serving notes because this is very important for you to read. This is a category 1 plus 2 plus condiment. They're kind of calling this a condiment. I would call it a category 3 though, okay? Recipe makes 3 to 4 servings, and you may add extra lettuce if you'd like. So it's really important to read those things down there. And look, there is a video about it. So if you want to see them make that, you can go ahead and watch that video. As you continue to scroll down, there's all kinds of comments and things that people are asking questions. I highly suggest that if there are comments and things that you read those first, because it could be giving you tips that are very important to cooking. I've made the mistake before of not reading the comments because I didn't notice that they were down there. And then I was thinking, what's wrong with this recipe? And then I looked more and explored to see maybe what I had gotten wrong. And then in the comments, it said, hey, this needs to be changed, do this, that, and the other. So I would read those comments just to make sure. And you can comment yourself if you like it. Now, I think this sounds like a really great taco salad. This sounds interesting to me. Do you see this heart right here? We are going to heart that. We're going to heart that. And so that adds that to my favorites. Here's where I see my favorites. Do you see right over here, right above the add new recipe? If you want to add a recipe, you can add a new recipe right there. Anytime that you want to add a recipe, my first suggestion is to always look in the cookbook or the recipe library. Look in there and please see if there's something in there that's already similar. Because if it's already similar, you might want to go with that because we may have already worked on that and created that to be the new recipe for that. But if you don't see anything in there that's similar to that, you go ahead and you click add new recipe. You really need to try to put that recipe in there as you would see that it would be switched over to Shibboleth, okay? And then they'll let you know if it'll work or not. And if they need to make any edits, they will. But this is where you'll find my favorite recipes. So I've hearted that. So just to show you that, I'm going to click on my favorites. This is going to pull up my favorites, my personal ones that I've marked before. And we've got a couple of things going on in this list. So we've got the name listed here. I can click on the name of the item and it would take me to the recipe. It's got the category listed out. It's also got the weight loss meter there. This number is simply the number of likes that people have gone in and marked they liked it. And this is where somebody is rated it, the average rating. Keep in mind, this is member entered data. We love for you to give feedback to the recipe library, the food library, and all of that, because we all benefit from this. So this is member entered data. Now, if I want to see the recipes that are best for weight loss, I'm trying to see if that will, yeah. Do you see how when I clicked on the weight loss meter, it edited these? Well, I've got these category 1s. Not category 1s. I've got these weight loss meter in the 1. And if I scroll all the way down and I go to page 5, this is where I'm going to see all of the -3s. And these are going to be the best for weight loss. Crock pot ranch pork chops, the marinara meatballs, and the cauliflower rice pudding with cinnamon. Those are all -3s. So that's another way just to kind of look and see what you might want to make. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to go back to the recipe library. And the way I went back to the recipe library is I went on this green tab, resources, foods, and recipes. Now, look, do you see these 8 little circles? They've changed. So if you think something looks good, you need to write it down so that you could then search for it right here. You could search for it right there and find it. So these change all the time because they're there to show you these delicious foods that we have and say, I want to make that. Okay, so you have your types right there. The other way that you could look at things is just like right here, appetizer. And then it's just got every recipe that's listed right there. And you could just scroll way down and then you'll eventually get to breakfasts and you could scroll all the way down. But if you want to go just to a section, you just click, let's click on this one, 99% of ingredients found at Walmart. And there you go. There's everything that 99% of the ingredients come from Walmart. So you could just scroll down and know, oh, yay, I feel great. All I got to do is go to one place to get all the stuff I want to make. Now, if you want to see which ones of these recipes are going to be the best for weight loss, remember we talked about the weight loss meter last night? We have the same thing for recipes. So I'm going to drag that little ball down and I'm going to create the range of -3 to -1. And then I'm going to hit set. That way it gives me at least all negative number meals. So it just took out everything that was a 0 or above. Left a lot of choices there. That's awesome. So now we can kind of look around at that. Now, this over here, this is pretty cool. These are recently added recipes. And look right here, Jonathan's skillet fried cauliflower rice. Jonathan has made skillet frying cauliflower rice a thing. Everybody's doing it, okay? So it will just show you how to do that. And now I'm going to go ahead and heart that so it'll put it into my recipes and we can have a look at that. So he takes one 16.5-ounce bag of riced cauliflower and 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, 2 teaspoons of better than bouillon, the chicken flavored one, and salt and pepper. And there's the directions. And then he even gives a description. When I first tried steamed cauliflower rice, it tasted more like dirty gym socks than a side dish. So I began to experiment by frying the rice in a pan. The result is a delicious, fluffy rice substitute that not only tastes amazing, but promotes efficient fat burning. Serve with your favorite dish as a rice substitute. So the serving size is 1/2 cup to 1 cup. I would suggest 1/2 cup in weight loss mode. And then he gives you another little note here. The key is to allow all moisture to cook out of the cauliflower rice. It's a good indication when rice begins to stick to the bottom of the pan, it's almost finished cooking. And then there's some couple of little comments there, all right? There's even a video somewhere of him making it. We should get it and add it in there. Now, it doesn't say the category there, but what you would do at that point is you'd kind of come back up here and you'd go, cauliflower is a category 2. This is a category 2. And if you are wondering about the item itself, if you click on it, it takes you back over to riced cauliflower. And it says any brand of original or plain riced cauliflower. Patty Bass says that Jonathan Skillet, oh, she just says Jonathan Skillet fried rice cauliflower. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and heart that, and that just put that in my food library. That way I can have it there. So I can check that out later. So I'm going to go back to the fast track laps. Now, once you have played around in the recipe library enough that you feel familiar with that and you would be confident in using that recipe library, that's when you check this box. Okay, Patty says that it's really yummy. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to create a grocery list in the Resources, Foods, and Recipes tab. This, again, is available to the Shibboleth Journey, which is silver. Travis probably is going to do a video about the fact that our names are going to change a little bit. And up, so this is available to silver level and up. That just means if you're a regular Fast Track member that, hey, Connie, I'm glad you're here. That you wouldn't have access to this because this is for the complete paid for version. Now, let's read the black box. In order to add foods to a grocery list, the grocery list must be created first. If you shop at multiple stores, this is a good time to create a grocery list for each store. Okay, so I'm gonna click here and it's gonna take me to this area where grocery lists are found. Now, just to let you know, you would find this in this green tab. So when you wanna go back later and find your grocery list and you don't wanna go through the fast track laps to get there, it's in this green tab. Okay, so I'm gonna click add grocery list in just a second. But look, these are all grocery lists that I've tried. I even have a grocery list called things I might want to try. Might want to try. And when I'm in there in the food library playing around, I just throw it into the might want to try thing. So when I'm walking through the grocery store, I might go, oh, is there something new I could buy today? And so that's what that is. Look at this. I have one on ice creams. If I click here on ice creams, there's all the ice creams. That way, when I go into the store, all the ice creams are in one little grocery list. I wouldn't buy all these at one time, but I was just playing around. So this is just really cool things to do to be able to play around. Okay, so I'm gonna click add grocery list. I'm gonna choose today's date or any date that I want to. And then we are going to shop at Kroger this time. I'm gonna hit create. And there's my list, okay? Now, it doesn't have anything in there right now. We're going to add some things. But the reason that I have the tasks in this lap in the order that I do is because you have to create a grocery list before you can add anything to the grocery list. Okay, so let's get over here and we've already done that. So once you know how to create a grocery list, boom, check that box, okay? You've done it. Now, the next task says, add a food item from the food library to a grocery list. So, and the reason that this is here, so you can practice doing it. For practice, pick any food item from the food library and add it to one of your grocery lists. Adding a food item to a grocery list can be done from two places. In the food list, it's the last button to the right of the food item listing. And once you've opened it, it's the green button that looks like a list. So let's go ahead and click there. And this is taking me to the food library. So lean proteins are pretty important in Shibboleth. So let's go ahead and click there and find some items. Awesome. Patty's got it going on. Patty's got it going on. She is doing this on Facebook and Zoom. Thank you, Patty. You are awesome. Okay, so we've got these lean proteins, and I currently have a lot of things hearted. Remember, we hearted things in the food library last night. So these are some things that are hearted. So let's just say I want to get some chicken breast. Well, first of all, it's a -3 on the weight loss meter. 525 other people have gone in and said that they like it, and there you go. I can add it to my list. The pop-up came up. I choose the grocery list I want to add it to, and then I simply click add. That went into the grocery list. Okay, let's scroll on down. Let's say I want to get some fish for this week too. Click add to grocery list, Kroger, add. Let's scroll on down and let's say that I would like to get better than eggs. Click right there. I choose my grocery list and I add it. But remember, if you had not created your grocery list first, that pop-up wouldn't have come up because there wouldn't have been a list there to add it to. So you create the grocery list first. So you can kind of see how I was making those grocery lists there. Okay, so when we come back over here to this lap, it says add a recipe to the grocery list. So this is so cool. Each recipe required ingredient can be added to a grocery list with the click of a button. Once the recipe has been opened, click the green Add to Grocery List button. So I'm going to go here. It's taking me again to the recipe library. Oh, y'all, right here, Travis's spaghetti. This stuff is so good that when I wanted seconds one night and I told myself, oh, I can have seconds 4 to 6 hours later. Well, 4 to 6 hours later, I was probably going to be asleep. And so I had it for breakfast the next morning. I ate it again as soon as I could. Egg roll in a bowl. This one is extremely popular. If you're taking notes, write this down. Egg roll in a bowl. You might want to look that up. We got Jody's homemade turkey sausage. That sounds good. Cucumber sandwiches. Cheesy fried chicken. Sounds good. curry roasted broccoli and cauliflower. Travis's spaghetti's on there twice. And then spicy whole roasted cauliflower. All right. Now just keep in mind, Shibboleth didn't pick all these out. These are member entered items. So if you're thinking, "Ooh, I don't want to have to eat that," please know somebody does, because they asked us to put it in there. So let's go over here and y'all tell me either on Facebook or on the Zoom chat. Let me know a recipe that you might be interested in finding, some type of recipe so we can look it up. What are you looking to make? And even if you are sitting here and you just see something right here on this appetizer list, tell me what kind of thing you want to do. Okay, so Connie says pizza. All right, I'm going to go up here to this search button and I am going to type in pizza. As you can see, I have typed it in before. And look, there's a pizza sandwich right there too. That was me. I made up a pizza sandwich and I made a video. It's in here. Okay, so it's pulled up pizza. So these are all these options for pizza. So there's a couple of different ways to decide which one might be one of the best ones to try in the beginning. Let's kind of scroll down and just see which ones would be great for weight loss. I could hit that button, but I'm not. But look at this count of likes. 172 people have said they like this one. Ooh, 549 people have said they like crock pot pizza. That sounds good. Mexican pizza, 205 people have said they like the Mexican pizza, and so forth. So that might be really, really good. So let's just check out this top pizza, right? Oh, that's a buffalo chicken pizza. Let's just click there for a second. Buffalo chicken pizza. It's a -2 on the weight loss meter. I'm going to scroll. Okay. It's telling you 2 to 4 ounces of grilled chicken breast, Frank's buffalo wing sauce, approved tortilla. It was be a category 2 tortilla. 2 tablespoons Walden Farms 0-calorie blue cheese dressing, 2 ounces fat-free feta cheese, 2 stalks celery cut into 1/4-inch slices, and 2 ounces of Kraft fat-free mozzarella cheese. That gives you the directions, and then comes down here. It makes 1 tortilla. So you would make 1 tortilla. It makes one serving and counts as category 1 plus 2. And there aren't any comments below. But it also tells you who submitted it right there. And if you wanted to see, oh, what is 0-calorie blue cheese dressing from Walden Farms? You can click there and you can go, oh, that's what that is. And you can read the category. You can read a typical approved portion and so forth. Okay. So here I am. And let's say I want to add all of these items to my grocery list. You see right there? There's your little green list. You click it. And then we can choose whatever grocery list. I'm just going to choose that one I created tonight. All right, we got pizza. Now, just for the fun of it, I want you to see the pizza sandwich. So the pizza sandwich, this is the grilled pizza sandwich. And that's the picture that I took there. And then it's 2 slices of category 2 bread, 0-calorie butter spray, 1 to 2 tablespoons of approved pizza sauce. And I use the Classico one. It's my favorite, but you can use any that's approved. 1 to 2 ounces of Cabot Light 75 cheddar cheese. That's a category 4 protein plus fat. You could use fat-free cheese if you wanted to. And then 16 slices of turkey pepperoni. Yum, category 4. So there's the directions there. This is a delicious pizza sandwich, and 1 sandwich is the serving size. Recipe makes 1 serving. And there is a video of how to make it. And that's that. So let's say we want to add all of those. And it's a 0 on the weight loss meter. Not going to help you, not going to hurt you. But I'm going to go ahead and add it to my grocery list. Okay, so we've added 2 to the grocery list. Now let's go back to the fast track. Once you have added some recipes to the grocery list, you simply come over here and check this box, okay? The fast track is just very task oriented to take you through practice steps in using the website. Once you've got it all down and you've done all the laps, you're going to be off in the website. and looking around. You won't be here. This is the curriculum to help you learn it. Okay, the last task on lap 4 is to check out your created grocery lists. Each grocery list can be customized before going shopping. When a full recipe is added to the grocery list, it adds every item needed. You may already have some staples at home. When you look at your grocery list, you can just edit the items you don't need to purchase at the grocery store. Notice how each item in the grocery list is listed by category. Isn't this amazing? I love that this is listed by category. We have multiple teaching layer after layer after layer. See, even in the recipe, it didn't just list out what you needed. It said what category it was in and what it was called. You can click, you can see a picture. I mean, this website is just layer upon layer of trying to keep you safe, keep you engaged, make you know what's the best. Okay, we do have our hands on the most sustainable lifestyle on the planet. I am not joking you. So let's check out this created grocery list. I'm going to click there. It takes me to my grocery list, but remember, you do find it right here in this. If you're wanting to just look at it later after you finish Fast Track, it's right there. All right, we're going to click on this Kroger name. There's everything that we just put in the grocery list. Isn't this cool how everything is listed by lean protein or fibrous carb or protein plus fat, condiments and freebies? It's listed out by how you know, and it just helps you know. Now, I'm going to come through here and I'm going to look at these things. Okay, I need the chicken breast. I need the fish. I need the mozzarella cheese. I need the feta cheese. I need the battered eggs. Okay. I need the celery. I need the tortillas. I need the Sara Lee 45 calorie bread. I need the turkey pepperoni. I need the cheese. Condiments. Yep, I needed that blue cheese dressing. Now, if you'll notice right here, this didn't come over here and say blue cheese specifically. You might want to remember that you need blue cheese to go with that buffalo chicken pizza we made. And then Frank's Red Hot Wing Sauce. You know, once you buy that, sometimes it lasts a long time. You may already have that in your refrigerator. So you see this minus, and look, there's even a black box. The black boxes are important to read. Don't ignore them. So click there. And then if you want to remove that, because maybe you already have that in your fridge, you can just click remove. And then Classico traditional pizza sauce. Well, at my house, I probably already have it in there, but I'm gonna leave it just in case. And then I can't believe it's not butter spray. Let's say we just already have that in the fridge. We don't need it on this trip. We can remove that. So there you go. Then you click print. When you click print, you can just take this to the store, lay it in your buggy, and use your pen and check off every time you've got what you need. Now, I would highly recommend that you also print the recipes or screenshot them right then so that when you get home, you're like, okay, I'm making this goes with this recipe, this goes with this recipe. All right, so you can go ahead and have that. So I'm going to go ahead and click off of that. And right now, we have an opportunity for question and answer. So if there is anything on lap 1, lap 2, lap 3, or lap 4 that you're curious about, please ask now. We've got about 25 minutes. So go ahead and let's explore, because this is a good time for you to ask any questions that you might want to ask. Facebook, I am looking down here to see. So y'all feel free to ask as well. And I'm going to give y'all a second to put this in, and I'm going to take a little sip of this. This right here is apple cider vinegar, just a little bit in the bottom, and then I filled it up with Diet 7-Up. It's just a nice little treat. So I'm hoping y'all have some questions. You can ask me questions about the 5 components of the shield. If there's anything you don't understand about that, please ask me things about that. And if there's anything about combining foods, ask me about that. Okay, Tamar says, very understandable so far. Awesome, good. The one thing that people tend to go, I don't know what to eat. That's a biggie. It's a biggie. You need to know what to eat. So what I'm going to do right now while we're waiting for Possible questions is going here. Connie, when you journal, do you have to be specific? Can I just put PB and J if I know the ingredients are approved? So I'm going to say that I would rather you be specific a few times, because if we ever need to know what you're eating, we would want to have a look at that for you. But once you have got it down and you know it's 100% accurate, you can write PB and J. That's fine. That's fine. But you might want to have us check it out, or just know that it is correct, okay, before you just start writing PB and J. Because if you ever need us to look at your journal, we're going to say what bread, what peanut butter, what jelly. So I would at least write it once. And Connie, if you type, this is really important for everybody. If you go into your journal and you type the food that you're eating the exact same way every time, there's an autocomplete field. It'll pop up. It'll pop up. And you won't even have to type out the whole thing. You could just choose it. Now, that obviously only works if you're eating the exact same meal. Okay, so you would write it out how you want it to go in there, and there's an autocomplete thing. Okay, so Christy says, sadly, I think I'm having to use day 3 as a holiday. Can you tell me if I'm right? Lunch today at a Mexican restaurant. I got the most healthy thing, or so I thought. The bowl: beans, rice, grilled veggies, lettuce, and tiny amount of the cheese. Yeah, that rice is definitely not approved. Okay, the rice is definitely not approved there. Just listen, this is what you want to do, Christy. This is a learning opportunity. You did a fine job. You've got to mark it as a holiday, though. The reason being is that that rice elevated your blood sugar. Okay, your pancreas secreted insulin, and it caught any fat that were in those beans. And the grilled veggies were probably cooked in some oil as well. So, and if you had a tiny amount of shredded cheese, there was some fat in there too. So the rice created a fat storage meal. So the rice is what did it. If you had eaten this without the rice, I would have to check the beans, but the rice for sure is what caused the problem on that. So just call it a holiday, because it's important that you are aware that over the next 2 days, your body is going to be dissipating that insulin, and your body is going to be using up any glycogen sugar stores that came from that rice. Okay. But what I want you to also do, though, is to not throw up your hands and say, I don't get it. We're not going to do that. Okay. This was a learning opportunity. So you can still have great results even though you had rice, as long as you don't go like, well, I've ruined my day, I'm going to go eat a carton of ice cream. Okay. Let's don't do that. That would not be smart. Okay. And then over the next 2 days, just keep doing perfect days. This happens all the time in the beginning. No worries. No worries. Okay. Yes, Tammy, that is awesome. Tammy said, another Shibboleth member advised me to take a picture of my meals and upload to the journal. That's huge. The reason that's so great, Tammy, is because we can also see portion control. There's a lot of portion distortion that goes on out there. Okay, so you want to make sure that you've got the right size portion. That's so smart. Okay, Christy, oh my goodness, I love that. That was an addition to help you out. That's great. That is great. Good job, Christy. And then Tina is asking what creamer is available for coffee. All right, so what I'm going to do on that is I'm going to click on Resources, Foods, and Recipes. I'm going to click on the Food Library. And over here on the right-hand side, if you're looking at this on the computer, it's on the right and in the middle. If you're just looking at it on your phone, it looks like this over here, basically. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to say where creamer is. Did I pass it already? Yeah, creamer. Creamer, yes, 15 calories or less. So when you click there, okay, so Patty on Facebook says, when I eat Mexican, I order the chicken and shrimp fajitas. No rice, no beans, nothing else. And she takes her own Olay Extreme Wellness high fiber tortilla and doesn't do any chips or cheese. Now, thank you, Patty. Thank you for that. So I've just clicked on this right here. And this basically lists out all of the creamer that is available for coffee. So what you want to do is just kind of scroll through there and read them. If it sounds interesting to you, like nut pods. I don't know what nut pods are. So I'm going to click on nut pods. And I'm going to say, oh, okay, that's nut pods. I could use up to 1.5 tablespoons. You could have 15 calories of creamer with your coffee. Okay, so that's basically where you see these creamers right here, Tina. Now, I do want to make a couple of other suggestions. If you have a protein shake, like a ready-to-drink protein shake, and this really, what I'm going to tell you next really depends on how much coffee you drink in a day and how many coffees you'd be doing this in. If you did no more than 30 calories in 1 cup of coffee, you actually could use whatever yummy flavor protein shake you like and pour it in there. And that would give you that would give you some protein, that would give you some texture, and it would give you a flavor. So that's a good idea. A lot of people like to take the Healthwise high protein hot chocolate, and they'll take it and they'll divide it into 4 tablespoons, and they'll put a tablespoon of that in there as a creamer too. Now, if you do just one of those a day, that's no more than 30 calories if you're using the protein shake. That would be okay. If you are using if you're drinking like 4 cups and you use the whole entire packet of the Healthwise high protein hot chocolate, Healthwise high protein hot chocolate on its own is an extra. And if you end up using that whole packet in a day, you need to call that an extra. But that would give you 4 cups of coffee. I just don't know how much you drink. If you just do one of those, then you would just call that coffee with a creamer. It'd be okay for just one. A lot of things in Shibboleth is dependent upon how much you use of it. So like that would be called an extra. Did that help answer your question, Tina? Awesome. Good. Awesome. Anybody else have any other questions? And experienced members who are currently on here, what would you have me tell any of these new members that we've got going on, since we've got a few minutes? I do not need to take up all the time tonight. If we're good, we're good, because we have a how I overcame food addiction and lost weight video going to go on at 8:30 Eastern time with Jason that y'all might want to go over and watch. Anything that you can watch in the beginning is important, because a lot of times what we are really trying to do is we are trying to change habits. And if we had, I'm just going to use my age, 50 years, I'm 51. We've had, well, I'm going to say 49 because I changed my habits at 49. But if we had 49 years of habits that we're trying to change, that doesn't happen overnight. That happens from immersing yourself in this so often and so long that you internalize it and it becomes your new thing. Okay, so y'all, if you don't have any questions, we're going to go ahead and hop off. But what I am going to do is show you how to register for the webinar tonight. Okay, Luke, how and where? Yep, Luke, that's what I'm going to show you. So right here, you go to this pink online webinars tab. Click there. Once you've clicked there, it's going to show you right here. Now, let me show you how this area is divided. Any upcoming live broadcast is here. So they're all listed here out in a list, everybody's. This would be recently recorded ones that had been put into the video library. This one is my events, Jason's events, Travis's events, and Jim's events. So if you wanted to look by person, you could look right there. So to register for the one that's upcoming tonight, it'd be Wednesday, because that's Wednesday, How I Overcame Food Addiction and Lost Weight, and then you click on register. This will take you to Zoom, and you just simply register right there, and it will send you the link in your email. You go to your email, you click on join. Okay, Helen, are these webinars recorded? Yes, and I'll show you where. I'm gonna show one more thing, and then I'm gonna show you where. I want to go over to my events. I have added a brand new thing that I think is going to be very, very helpful. On Saturday at noon, we are going to have an online accountability meeting. Okay. Now, this is a meeting where we will be able to see each other face to face on, like little Zoom. We're having a Zoom meeting. We're going to have, see, this is going to be true accountability. How'd you do this week? Did you lose any weight? Have you looked at what you're going to do next week? Do you have any questions? Boom, boom, boom. Let's get this thing done. Let's focus. And then we're going to have some breakout sessions with some experienced members who are going to take smaller groups and help them out. So I really want everybody to start registering for this. When you click here and you click on register here, you actually will be registering for all of them for the whole rest of the year on Saturday at noon. All right. And then it'll just pop up a reminder email, and then you can click on join here when you are ready to do that. Okay, now Helen has asked, are these webinars recorded if I can't watch tonight? So first of all, we put out a ton of content, ton. It'll be the most content you've seen from any weight loss and wellness lifestyle. Everything is recorded because we know that not everyone can catch things live. When you are unable to catch something live, you can come right here into the yellow videos and print material tab. When you click there, you should choose, whether it was a fast track, a silver, a gold, or a tiger's eye. If you kind of happen to know, you're pretty safe clicking on silver, okay? And then see right here where it says recently added, you click on recently added, and thank you, Tamar. And then these are all the recently added. So Jason had a roundup today. This is a virtual grocery store tour of Asian foods by Dr. Jim. This is me doing the Shibby show from the beach this morning. Happy self account. I have been all about us planning for old age this week. We need to have a 401k that focuses on health, just like we have finances. Yesterday, I talked about FSAs, like flexible spending account, but I said we need a flexible bending account. We got to keep moving and keep our body flexible. And today I did HSAs instead of a health savings account. Let's have a happy self account. So that was that if you want to watch it. And then this is a previous how I overcame food addiction and lost weight. Now, if you are specifically wanting to watch the how I overcame food addiction and lost weight webinars over here in these topics, there should be one. Yep, right there. So if you click there, it takes you to all of those. But I kind of like the top one so you can see the recently added. Okay, Joan, if you register for Fast Track on Monday, are you registered for each day? My email confirmation had each one for the month listed, which I could add to my. Okay, so that is brand new, Joan. But yes, once you've registered for one Fast Track webinar going forward, you've registered for all of them. If you then you feel like, okay, I've had enough of Fast Track, you can unregister for them. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to figure that out. But in Zoom, I'm sure there's a way. And then Deb, there's the condiment rule, 5, 2, and few. Is there an extra rule or others? Where can I find those? Okay, so there are a few little general guidelines, Deb, but what I want you to know is this is how I teach. I teach you to follow whatever is in the food library. I would not want you randomly walking through the grocery store, picking up things, just seeing. Because one of the benefits of being a member of Shibboleth is that somebody's already done all of the work for you. Okay, but I want to give you the general guidelines for an extra and a snack. All right, and there are some others, but right now in the beginning, just go by the food library. Okay, an extra. Typically, an extra is an approved item that we've decided works as an extra. They're not normally more than 40 calories, but there are a few that based on a judgment call, we decided to put them in. Kind of like a quarter cup of Olay Mexican cheese dip is an extra. Okay, that's a quarter cup of it. And it's really, people ask me what an extra is all the time. I say just something a little extra. It's because it's these fun little things like when you go to Chick-fil-A and you order their diet lemonade. Their diet lemonade, even though it says diet, is not 0 calorie. It has 50 calories. So you just want to be aware that that's there. And so we call that an extra. So that means that if you normally do a little Choco Right peanut butter patty in the afternoon as an extra, and you chose to have a lemonade as an extra earlier in the day, then you're not going to do the Choco Right peanut butter patty when you get home. So these are those little things. So tomorrow night, Deb, is all about us digging into extra snacks and meal replacements. So you're going to occasionally see an extra that is more than 40 calories, like that cheese dip, or like that lemonade, and the bio coffee and the health-wise hot chocolate and the cocoa ringa, the moringa hot chocolate. All of one packet of those is considered an extra when they're about 90 and 80 calories. But Travis says they have other good health benefits. They're okay to drink and it's not going to hurt you. So he made a judgment call on that. So that's why some of these things are not just rule based. Some of these things are on Travis's 20 years of knowledge and his sports nutrition background saying this will work if they use it in this way. Okay, so just know that. And then a snack, it would need to be an approved item, and you would never want to eat anything that's more than 200 calories for a snack. But honestly, all I do is look up snacks in the food library and pick some out. Let's say that you wanted to eat a piece of chicken breast for snack. Um, as long as it's under 200 calories, you can even eat a little piece of chicken breast for that. But if it is a packaged, boxed, prepared, like that kind of item, check it out in the food library first. Yeah. So Deb, there's not really written ones like that because a lot of these things are based on Travis's judgment, looking at these things and going, this has got this in it. These are all the details. Okay, this would work if they use it like that. There are some numbers and math things in there, and you'll learn more of that as you go along. But honestly, just trust that food library, okay? And read how it says for you to use those items. What is so fun about Shibboleth is you're going to be trying some new and different things, and you're going to decide how you like those things. And just like we did before Shibboleth, thank you, Connie. Just like we did before Shibboleth, we would go through little cycles of liking something and then you like something else. And it's going to happen in Shibboleth too. You're going to go, hey, I'm really into eating the Russell Stover peanut butter cup too as a snack right now. So you could do that. And then, when, a month later, you might say, oh, I like eating these little Health Wise chips as a snack. Oh, and then maybe like, I don't want to eat those Health Wise chips as a snack anymore. Maybe I should just have them as the side next to my sandwich rather than something else. I mean, we're going to be, as long as we know what's going on, we're going to be able to make these decisions for ourselves. Now, I've been doing this for 2 years now. And what I have to say about that is that I have Shibboleth confidence. I have hashtag Shibboleth confidence. I can make a good decision wherever I go now because I've been faithfully doing this for enough time to put it all into play wherever I go. And it's such a relief. It is such a relief to know what to do now. And I want that for you. I want that for you. I want this for everybody. Okay. I do. And really where I want to capture people, I want to capture people before they need to lose 50 or more pounds. That's where I want to help you. I help lots of people more, but you see what I'm saying? Don't you wish you'd known this sooner? So it doesn't matter. Whenever you start, you start. But let's tell the people around us, hey, let's focus on this so we don't have to reverse habits that are not always easy to reverse. Now, to reverse a habit, you got to want to. You've got to want to reverse it, and you got to focus on reversing it until it becomes internalized, and that is your new habit and what you do in the future. But everything that Shibboleth does is about helping you reverse it. All right. So y'all go off and watch Jason. He is very inspiring and he's a great teacher. So please go check him out. When you register and go through the Zoom room, your badge, your Shibboleth badge for live webinar attendance gets an increasing number on it. And that's fun. We love digital badges. Okay. So y'all have a great night. And let's see, Patty says, amen. Focus, make your why very strong. And I'm not sure what happened to that. Anyway, go ahead and I'll see you in the morning for the Shibby show and then join tomorrow night. Now, if for some reason it's not sending you the link to join, y'all let me know because I did set them up to do that. All right. Bye, everybody.